Two battles going on. Almost
Gonna quickly nab third round.
almost simultaneously. Jonas going off.
You just wait for the lights to come over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and then the accustomed delay. Alfie gets away, so we are underway for the race. Alfie does not get a great launch. Ron Hart actually got away quite well, but he's just had a big snap over sit on the in the later stage of the launch. And Alfie currently in P2, having settled with side by side between Glytch and Logic. They're off the track in the background and just cutting back onto the line. There's a bit of a dive bomb from Leopard as well on the inside of the AlphaTauri, but he can't get the move done. Hawks and Findy going side by side as well. Findy round the outside, forced by Hawks off the track, so he's just holding on, but he's been boxed in with Logic as well. There's a real dive bomb from Hawks as he goes up the inside. There's a little bit of contact there, I think, with the likes of Logic and Findy as well. They're still side by side, Logic and Hawks. This is absolutely, it's pretty close stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have avoided any form of damage, and there's no cars veering off into the barriers or the gravel traps. So I think that's been relatively clean so far, but Alfie still having to stare at Ron Ha's rear wing for the moment, with Choco just behind. I will carry on. So, yeah, Ron Hart still leading, but now this is the first real test because Ron Hart's just got a massive... That rear end is looking incredibly loose on that McLaren, and again. And now Ron Hart, he's going to fall like an absolute brick. He's actually an AI at the moment. So Ron Hart having to go AI for some reason, and he is now because he's now off AI, but he's lost 3 places. Alfie has just got into the lead of the race. Choco in P2 and Lily following through into P3, but Ron Hart, he already wants to try to make a place back, diving up the inside. Lily leaving just enough room. Very clever stuff there, because that easily could have been contact, but Lily getting a little bit of a twitch mid-corner, and that should allow Ron Hart to make this move pretty comfortably, as he should have the inside line, which he does get in the end. There's a little bit of a dive from Glytch as well. Maybe is right ahead of him, so we'll have to see what he can do. And there's a spin from Lily. So Lily is around. That is a big mistake just at the crest of the hill, and shot using the outside line, but he's got the DRS, and here we go. He's got the move up the inside. He's got the inside line, braking just that little bit later. A little bit of wheel banging as well. I think we're stuck in a bit of a situation moment where what's happened to Lutz? It's lost 2 places in 1 corner. And then actually, he's just got a little... That's absolutely brilliant from Lutz. I don't know how he's done that. He has just been able to claim both the places he lost back on the straight, because I think Bourbon Boy pushed Venom a little bit wide, but Venom still fighting and pushing Lutz out to the right as well. Smokey making the most of it now. Smokey with some absolutely amazing straight line speed, getting an awesome exit. He might be able to actually get these positions back and put himself back into the top 10 with the other. Like I said, he pick up another 3-second time penalty. That's very much not what he wants to see, and will make his race that little bit harder. Hawks, there we go. Coming under maybe a little bit of pressure from the NRX driver. Ron Hart going deep on those cold tyres. Glytch, he's going to set himself up for a good move here, and I think Glytch is about to take the race lead, because he's side by side with Ron Hart. He's got DRS, he's got the inside line as well. Let's see what's going on. Ron Hart's going to get the move on Glytch surely here. He's got the inside line and DRS, and there we go. That was pretty on the gearbox of the Aston Martin. I think he's actually using a bit of ERS, and actually Leopard giving it a go again. We saw him make that move in WR. That's clearly a favourite of his. Not quite as successful as it was on Monday night, but it's at least got him side by side with Aston Martin. He's now going around the outside. Leopard, does he have the grip to make the move? I think he does, because he's now got the inside line, and Leopard, an absolutely phenomenal move any later than the Red Bull. So that is actually absolutely brilliant stuff from Leopard, and there's a bit of a dive from Alfie as well, up the inside of Findy, and then around the outside, he's just got that little bit more grip as Findy. It's Alfie's turn to try to negotiate 2D, and he's going to go up the inside, 2D leaving just enough room. Alfie, last of the late breakers, gets moved on, but that's a big mistake from Alfie, maybe a little bit offline, and now he's just been passed by Findy and Felipe at all. Mind you, though, he's forced Leopard to use most of his, and that is a really audacious dive. Alfie making quite a bit of contact to go with it. Almost pushing Leopard around the corner via the side pod, and Leopard is going to get the move back very crucially here. Venom should have the grip, so I think it's possible that Venom might end up, I don't know, to be fair, I think it's going to be P8 at best here. Venom getting the move done down the inside, because he can very easily lose the rear end. And here we go. This is it for Logic. Logic surely about to move his way up into P2. You can see the red lights for the harvesting flashing on Glytch, indicating he has got nothing at all out there at the moment. And that is it. Logic with a great move, moving up. And there we go. It's a really late dive from Glytch. That was very ambitious, but it has got Logic a little bit offline. And two from the Shazoo driver of Logic. Leopard actually getting past Hawks. Hawks, I think, took the inside line, which is not actually the way you want to defend. Maybe going to send a move on Hawks up the inside. That's really late on the brakes from Alfie. But he gets it stopped just past the apex. Doesn't go too deep. Bit of oversteer on the exit. Well caught. They're still running side by side. And I think Hawks is very much doing this for pride. Oh, and he's actually just pushed up Mercedes off the track. Maybe not leaving as much racing room as Alfie would have liked, but it's inadvertently given Alfie a great slingshot because he's got more of a run up through these corners. Alfie very cleverly takes the inside line, and that should be it. But Hawks still on the outside line, and this is absolutely brilliant stuff. They're still side by side as Hawks dives up the inside again. Oh, and there's contact as well. I think that might have been a little bit too much on Hawks' end potentially. So Alfie may be a little bit frustrated, but it's not going to affect the finishing position too much at all as we get to the end of the race. Ronha picking up a brilliant win as he crosses the line and demolishes that car. As I used to say, the perfect race car is one that falls apart at the end. I think Ronha slightly forcing it.
GT Omega, stay ahead of the game.